dream another life, one that's not so hard. Good morning, happy Monday. It is 11 at night. We're going to look for a Halloween cup because the only one I have in the house right now is my cat. No, yeah, the cat one, which I use kind of all year because Miss Peas. But I think it's in a bin out here in the garage. So we're gonna look for it. But hi, hello, how are we? The request is that you ignore mess behind me. I have furniture to refinish. I have a lot of things out here. So does Grumps. But I would be lying if I denied that some of it is mine. Happy freaking Monday. It is 11 at night and I'm so excited. I do not have a strict TBR. We discussed I have that Kindle collection with about 16 titles. I'm also in the middle of Trapped by Shay Sanders, which I was reading during my last week vlog, and I just did not really read this weekend, to be honest with you. And that happens, and that's okay. Grumps has officially departed on a work trip, which he's not been on in a hot minute, which is why I say this, because like he's literally home next week again. And because of that, we have so much reading time. I'm so excited. And tomorrow Mate comes out by Allie Hazelwood, which I will be reading tomorrow. But right now, last night before I passed out, I did start Fated to the Feral Wolf by April L. Moon, which is in my TBR for this readathon. Like, it's in the collection and I'm loving it. I'm very excited. I feel like it's kind of my little like amp up to Mate. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm already like 9 hours or less left in it, so I should finish that very easily today. And then I'm gonna finish Trapped by Shay Sanders for sure. Again, I was reading it with my eyeballs and then I was like, I need an audiobook right now. So that's what we did. Anyways, I'm gonna find a Halloween cup, get my water ready. We have sprints in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So I will see y'all very soon. I just turned my camera on and it's blinking at me because the battery's gonna die. I'm in my starry pajamas because 11 the night. It is 11 something at night and I've read so much today and it feels so good. Like so good. I'm gonna go get a battery because I don't think I can update you before it dies. Okay, we replaced the battery. So we're back. We're rocking and rolling from bed, laying down because this is what you're getting. I literally, when the camera's off, I'm gonna turn off the light and go to sleep. So that's the realness of the day. But I finished 2 books already. On day 1, I finished 2 books. So late last night, I started Fated to the Feral Wolf by April L. Moon. I read book 1 in the last round of 11th night. Really enjoyed it and read book 2. Gonna read book 3 probably here too. I'm definitely in a werewolf mood, so to speak, and I think it's just because Mate comes out tomorrow, almost today, so I'm very ready. I will be reading Mate tomorrow. But I read Fated to the Feral Wolf and I really liked it. I'm giving it like a 3.5. So when I say I really liked it, I liked the continuation of the world plot happening. I do think like the book didn't super focus on them as a couple in a weird way, but like it wasn't terrible either. I still had fun. I still enjoyed it. And I'd already checked out book 3 because that one is an Audible exclusive on audio. And I'm really trying not to do Audible exclusives when I can avoid it because I don't want to encourage that practice anymore than I have to. But I really liked this one because of the overarching plot happening. So our heroine is fated to the feral wolf guy who like basically he turned wolf and like refused to turn back because he went and saw the fates, and they told him that the day he held his mate would die, but like the vision just ends there. Well, she doesn't die because we get a reveal because of course she's special, and that specialness saves her from death basically. But we also learn a lot more about our heroine from book 1, Brielle, I think that was her name, because she is an Omega, and Omegas have been outlawed and are no longer allowed, and all these things. So like, we found out who cursed her, We find out her special skill sets, and we spend a lot of the book with Lee, our other friend, running away, repeatedly running away to go puke, because we know that she hooked up with a guy at the end of the other book at the like bonding ceremony thing party or something like that. And obviously book 3 is her being pregnant. That's not a spoiler, it's literally in the description of book 3. So that's an accidental pregnancy, and it's supposed to be really hard for wolves to get pregnant in this world. So I'm really intrigued to see how that plays out. And honestly, though I'm not a fan of that trope, I am a fan of the idea that like they're not fated mates, apparently, possibly, they think. So that's gonna be fun. Anyways, I read that, really had a blast for the most part. Like I said, more with the whole world building happening, not with the main couple, but I did like them. I still enjoyed it. Primal play for Mated to the Wolf, whatever, Feral Wolf, that's what that score is going to be. And then I read Trapped by Shay Sanders. I started it Sunday night also, read about 20%, read the last 80% tonight. I liked it. This is definitely not a romance. I need to note that this is not a romance. This is an erotic paranormal novel with a little bit of horror elements to it. I enjoyed it. I think it was fun. I think it's also about a 3.5 for me. I do not think it is a bad book, but it is not a romance. I need you to understand that the ending is not a romance. I got a little excited, and then I was like, you knew this wasn't a romance when you picked it up. You could not be expecting what you think is about to happen. And what I thought was the case was not the case, because romance brain. But I thought it was a really interesting take, really interesting setup for what kind of paranormal being it was. I'm gonna use it for Trickster, because I feel like it counts for that one. They're very tricky, this monster. Otherwise, I just downloaded a bunch of Lola Glass audiobooks from Libby, and I have The Tenant pulled up on my Kindle, and I'm probably going to read until I fall asleep. I would like to read like 4 or 5 chapters of The Tenant tonight, but I don't know how long these chapters are, to be honest with you. They're not super long, so I think I might manage it. It's only like 56-ish pages tonight, so we'll see how far I get. I am kind of tired. So yeah, but you got a laying down update, because truly I cannot be bothered right now. But I will talk to you in the morning when I am more awake, caffeinated, and alert. And we're gonna have a big reading day tomorrow, so I'm very excited to read all of Mate. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Happy Tuesday. It is day 2 of Love of the Night. I'm awake, I'm showered, I've washed my hair, which was in desperate need of that. Listen, sometimes you can just only do a body wash and all the other stuff, and then your hair just is what it is. But anyways, hello. Freshly showered, I'm here to tell you that I'm doing an impromptu 24-hour reading challenge situation right now. I started at 8 o'clock this morning. It was 11:43. I am not super far into Mate. I have 4 hours and 11 minutes left. So I'm going to be listening to Mate until I finish it. That's book 1 of the 24-hour. And then when it hits noon, I will start my 20-hour timer, because I kind of woke up and just started Mate. I'm not gonna lie to you. I woke up and started this book, and I'm gonna try for an impromptu 24. It may not work out. It may not work out, but I'm gonna try. We're gonna try, okay? And this trying is because of the fact that I know it is the perfect day for it. It is gloomy out, overcast, raining on and off, kind of chilly, not really that chilly. I was gonna tell you the temp, but I didn't put my watch back on yet. 75, rain in the forecast until 8 o'clock tonight. Even if it doesn't rain all day. That to me is the setup for a beautiful day at home, reading and cleaning, because I need to clean. So I had made like a little to-do list for this week, because I wanted to work on like cleaning every section of my house. So I did not finish the bathroom yesterday because, well, things happened. It's fine. But I'm going to finish the bathroom first. Then we're going to work on the kitchen, and then the kitchen table will be last, because if I don't get to the kitchen table today, that's fine, because I'm going to do living room and kitchen table tomorrow then. Thursday's the bedroom, and that's it. So we're gonna read. I am currently I don't know how far into Mate. Chapter 9. Hold on, let me get my book and I'll tell you. I'm this far in, so I'm on page 92, so almost 100 pages in. Initial thoughts. I really like Serena. I really like this rejected mate situation we're having. Kind of rejected these big. So I'm like 20% in. I will be done with this afternoon and then dive into my next read. Probably more of The Tenant because I read it like a chapter last night. I do need to read it by Friday. So there's that. I'm listening to Mate. I'm going to keep listening to Mate. I really like Mate. I'm not going to spoil Mate here since it just came out. But I will say right now I'm really enjoying the amount of secrets Serena, our main character, has going on and things that we're learning that we didn't know were going on. They're concerning but exciting at the same time. So there's that. But let's go clean the bathroom and then we can come clean the kitchen. And then I have sprints at, I'm basically crashing anyone and everyone's sprints today. So I have sprints at 2. It's 11:47. I'd like to be as far into Mate as I can be before sprints. But once I'm on sprints, I will be diamond painting. I've already painted today. I'll show you what I painted in a bit. I'm letting it dry and then we're gonna get it into the frame. I touched up and did some little extra bits. So let's go pull these bangs back and get started on cleaning.
Strong, built with bricks instead of straw. Got it through. Wiser have learned to nourish their own. Life is not in the escape.
Okay, we are under 14 hours left in the readathon. I finished Mate. Dinner's in the oven. It's got at least another 40 minutes. It's 6 o'clock. And I finished Mate. So we're here. We're going to read some more stuff today. I don't plan on going to bed before like 1 a.m. So I should get a couple more things read. But between now and then, we'll see what my evening is. Mate. Non-spoiler thoughts on Mate. I loved it. I really liked Bride. This did a good job expanding the world, explaining more things about the packs and stuff like that. We had really good angst here around if they could be together or not and what that would look like, as well as with a couple things. So like she had something she thought was going to keep them apart. He had a vow he had made as the pack leader, and there was some of that there. Thought that was really interesting. We learn a lot about Serena's origins, which were unknown since she was adopted or like abandoned as a child. So that was really interesting. And I really just liked Cohen. I think he was a fantastic hero, a very much up my alley kind of hero. Very grumpy, very quiet, but also like very ready to take care of Serena however he could, even if they weren't going to be together in full. So I really liked that, like a whole freaking lot. I'm giving it a 6 star. It was a favorite. Like there's just no world this isn't a favorite for me and wasn't worth the wait at the end of the day. So there's that. I truly had so much fun reading it. My bathroom was put back together. The other task I had on the list today was to clean the kitchen. I don't know if that's going to happen tonight because I wanted to move everything and clean, which is why the bathroom took me so long. And then we did sprints. But I did bring down 7 volumes of manga, I think. That are all vampire books because I don't have a ton of vampire stuff to read. For now, while dinner cooks, I've been listening to Casey Wells, The Heir Apparent's Rejected Mate. Promised Heather I would read this one during the readathon, so I am. I am enjoying it. So far, I'm in the first chapter. I'm curious to see where we go after this, because I do feel like chapter 1 is a lot of setup. My only complaint so far with this series is like these are some really long chapters. I mean, the first chapter in the audiobook is an hour, and that's a lot. That's excessive for me personally. So there's that. But yeah, Mate was fantastic, and I'm so happy I read it. And I'm excited to see what else I can squeeze in today, because I know that this is very impromptu, my 24, but I felt like if I just did it today while it rained and was gross out, I would get more done, and I don't think that's wrong. Plus, then tomorrow I can treat myself to a little book shopping trip. That's my plan, at least. Anyways, really, really happy so far with everything, with having finished Mate and started Heir Apparent's Rejected Mate. So I'm going to keep working on this, and I will report back in a little bit and eat some dinner. The Costco meatloaf is in the oven. Hello. It is 11:16. I was like, I'm going to read till 1. I'm sleepy, but I'm also, I put my glasses on because, like, it'd be weird not to, but I'm sleepy. But also, I have read so much in my readathon. I have about 8 hours, a little over 8 hours left for my 24-hour timer, which, like, I'm not going to read a full 24. Your girl will be going to bed. She requires sleep, but I have finished Mate, right? I've read over half of the Heir Apparent's Rejected Mate. So good. And I have to catch you up on it because it's been my evening read in between some phone calls and other stuff going on. I promised Heather, obviously, that I would read this. I talked about that. And I am. Obviously, I'm over 50%. My one complaint is that every freaking thing, like every chapter almost, is an hour or longer, besides a handful. So I don't love that. Like, I don't love that. It's very readable. Like, it's really good. But that's like, I need more chapter breaks. Personally. I don't like super short like, I like super short chapters, don't get me wrong. But, like, I like a nice middle length. Like, I don't know. That would be nice. But I'm liking it. So, they're 18 and, like, finishing school. It's working for me. We've not, like, even hooked up yet. But she realizes he's her mate and he's the heir apparent. So, like, he is going to inherit. And I'm assuming here in a few, like, we're very soon to her getting knocked up on accident in her heat. And he is, like, from the description of the book, like, he's going to come back to her was his plan. Once he, like, secured his seat as the alpha. But I believe things are going to be a little awry. This will have some really intense bullying in it. I do want to note that. But I'm hooked and locked in. There's a lot of dynamics, like political dynamics happening. So that's been really intriguing. I finished the first chapter of The Tenant. Really liking it. I don't know if I'll finish another book before this ends, which, like, feels ridiculous. But I'm also, like, reading 2 400 plus page books today. Like, I looked at my Storygraph and I think I'm at, like, 700 or 600 and some pages today. Like, that's wild. So I'm happy, and I do think I'm going to count this for my 24-hour for Herkyed. But if I decide to give it another go, I might give it another go next week. We'll see. I'm debating. For now, I'm tentatively counting it. But if I just feel like I could have done better, which I do feel like I could do better than I'm doing right now, I might do it again next week. I don't know. Either way, it was just really nice to, like, focus in on reading today and, like, get through Mate and stuff. And then also, like, obviously be as far as I am through the Heir Apparent's Rejected Mate. The biggest thing is tomorrow I have to go to the post office. And then I'm going to Barnes & Noble and Paris Baguette, because they opened a Paris Baguette by my Barnes & Noble, and I love their iced Americano. No, I love their iced latte. It's just a plain iced latte. It's fantastic. And also, they use some of my favorite coffee beans, which are Lavazza. Like, I love my Nespresso, but when I have my fancy machine and, like, I do my own beans or any of that, I use Lavazza. I think that's right. Either way, I like that brand a lot. And I find that their coffees are delicious. So I'm going to go there tomorrow. I have not been to the bookstore in over a month because I avoided it during 30 and 30. I knew it would be dangerous for me to step foot in Barnes and Noble for more than a few minutes. I guess it's been less than a month. We ran in for Grubs to look at something. But yeah, like I have been diligent about not going to the bookstore. So I'm going to do that. I'm hoping it doesn't show in stock online. I'm hoping they surprise me and have it. I really want Assassin and Cinderella Volume 2. And then I've got a handful of Volume 1s that I kind of want to get. Do I need more Volume 1s? No. But am I still probably going to get them? Yes. It's fine. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I am reading so much Shifter stuff right now. I think tomorrow when I finish the Heir Apparent and I'm going to start working on the Tenet, and then I'm going to read something not Shifter specific. Like we're going to try for something else like Winged or that. Like we'll do a little pivot. But either way, I'm thrilled. We're 2 days into the readathon and I am 3 books in, almost 4. And that feels fantastic. So I'm really, really just leaning into the mood of it all and reading all the things. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to read some more and probably pass out, to be honest with you. So I'm going to see if I check the time before that. Otherwise, it's 11:22 right now for editing me to put in my reading timer spreadsheet. But yeah, we have like 8-ish hours, a little over, until the timer goes off again for 24. So like, that's not terrible. I'm going to pause it. I think if I think to before I go to bed, so that way I can try and read another 8 hours tomorrow. I'm hoping my screen time is like way down right now. Actually, let me go look at that because I would be curious. My screen time is down today. That is the good news. Although I can't. Okay. It did count an hour of Audible, so that does not count. So yeah, my screen time's down today a little bit, so that's good. Honestly, I'm proud of myself. I managed to be lower today than I have been because my screen time is out of control. We're going to work on that later. So, okay. Anyways, I'm going to lay down. I'll talk to y'all soon. I finished Never Flirt with a Dragon. Like 3.5, 4 stars. Somewhere in that range, we'll call it. These are, the little glasses to me are very like bingeable, are very marathonable series. And also really, really fun. And this was a fun continuation. And I want to read book 3 possibly during the readathon because it wraps up that series and also wraps up the like a romance we've gotten teased in book 2 and that situation. But yeah, these are really fun and silly. I quite enjoy them. And then now I'm working on the Tenet, which is our group pick, and I'm not loving it. I'm having Alexa read it to me because I'm not loving it. But I think tonight I'm going to Lego on the couch with Miss Millie between my legs. Because I've got a Brickhead Luffy and the Ghost gift with purchase that I got recently to build. So I'm thinking to build those 2 items tonight, at least one of them. They're pretty small, so and listen to Alexa read me the Tenet because I need to get through it because it's the group book and it's tomorrow. So like I have an hour and a half, I think Alexa told me when I checked. That is one of my biggest tips is either I turn on the assistive reader or have Alexa redo a thing sometimes when you just can't eyeball read it, because every time I've tried to eyeball read it, I've fallen asleep. Now, part of this could be my fault. I could be trying to read this too late. But yeah, I'm liking it. I am probably going to listen to whatever the third Lola Glass is in Maid Mountain here when I like fix dinner and stuff. And I mean, currently I read more than a book a day. So like, I am not upset at my progress by any capacity right now. I actually feel I'm really proud of myself at how much I'm reading. And don't be surprised if most of the vlogs this month are a lot of paranormals and After the End, because that's very, very high on my reading list. I'm very, 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 very tempted to read The Feral Wolf. But I also need to read a vampire book still, so I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I decide. I gotta look at that collection I have on my Kindle, honestly, because I don't know if I've really cleared that many from there. That collection is at 17. Well, 15. That collection's currently at 15. With me reading The Tenant right now. So, I may not continue the April and Moon series yet, but I might next week. But I'm gonna try to read either Rhiannon Burnett's The Vampire's Desire or Witch Trapment maybe tonight, or Speak of the Devil or Hell of a Bargain. One of those 4 will be my novella tonight, I think. And then we'll go from there. So that's where we're at. I did a bad job updating you. Like I said, I woke up, I had no milk in the house, and thus I could not make my coffee. And I was mad at myself because I forgot to get it yesterday. So I literally got dressed, ran to the store, got the stuff, came home, made my coffee, sprinted for a little bit, and opened my Hobonichi package. And then I packed up Shay's stuff to ship to her. So that's all done, which is fantastic. But because I haven't done much other than that, I'm like, I gotta spend some time reading. I've been scrolling on TikTok a lot this afternoon. I'm very sleepy also. I had something weird like startled me awake at 6 this morning outside. I don't know what it was. And then I was up at 1 or 2 with Millie, I think, and like struggling to go back to sleep. So we're just a little sleepy today, but we're gonna do a little crafty activity, aka Lego building, and listen to the audiobook this evening. That should help. I will check in with y'all soon. Hello friends, happy Friday. I've already ran my errands. I've done my like house tasks. Hold on, there we go. Done my house task type stuff. And we are here, we are upstairs. We have a sleepy girl. We have another girl down here staring at her sister. I swear to God, if you jump up there and tap her on the butt. I have reading updates for you. I finished The Tenant by Katrina Jackson. I'm giving it a 3.5. This definitely reads more historical than paranormal, but like a contemporary historical where we're like learning a lot of history and stuff. Shoot, this camera battery's dying. One second. Okay, got a new battery. So finished The Tenant, right? 3.5. It reads kind of weirdly historical. It's set in 2020, so it's not historical, but there's flashbacks to 1935 and stuff. So that is where I say bit of a historical vibe going. The other thing I will say is it takes a long time for him to see the ghost, Noel, our hero, to see the ghost lady, Ruby, and that was interesting. I did like the family elements, like the reveals about who he was related to and why the ghost should be okay that he has the house. Like, all of that was really interesting and good. The other thing is I did finish, I don't know if I showed you, I finished another diamond painting. I've been diamond painting a lot while I audiobook right now, which has been nice. I also finished Never Flirt with the Dragon, and I don't know if I updated you on that. If I did, I'm going to edit this out. So I finished that, and I not immediately, but I very quickly started the next book, which is Never Feed a Dragon, which is the 3rd book for the brothers and the twin sister of Never Flirt with a Dragon. So I'm enjoying that a lot right now. But yeah, I'm having fun with them. They're just silly. I'm about to read 2 volumes of manga. I'm hoping to read volumes 4 and 5 of Otaku Vampires Love Bite. So I have volume 4 here. And I have volume 5. So I'd like to read these 2 because I feel like they would fit well, obviously, for the vampire prompt for While That Sucked, or Scavenger Hunt. But also, I really would just like to read some manga because I haven't done that in a minute. And I need to start working on that TBR reduction heavily. So we're going to do that now. I'll be back to talk to you shortly. I'm also I'm gonna finish this pumpkin on the diamond painting real quick. Okay, So I read 2 more volumes of manga. I read volume 4 and 5 of Otaku Vampire's Love Bite and loved them. These are honestly like 4.5 5-star reads. I really am loving this series. I think it's a really fun, fast-paced vampire shoujo. We've got some romance elements. We've got some yearning. This volume 5 has me really, really intrigued to see where we're going once we get volume 6 though. So I will report back, obviously, whenever that does come out eventually, about what I think of it. But truly some fascinating developments in here. Otherwise, I have not read much today besides finishing Never Feed a Dragon and now these, which I think I updated you on Never Feed a Dragon. Tonight, I'll probably finish Witch Trapment, but Grumps just got home from a work trip, so I'm going to go hang out with him for a bit.
Having what is. Another rainy afternoon, I don't know what I'm to do. I just miss you more than anything. It's way too quiet in the house, I'm just wasted on the couch. Guess I don't wanna feel anything. Wish you.
Happy Sunday. You got some B-roll from the weekend. We really didn't do much, but also did a bunch. We were in a bunch of places. And I did not do a good job B-roll. I did put my nails on for the week. These are probably not going to last. They're so square. And I don't love a square nail, personally. Not my jam. But they're cute. They're fun. Ghosts and Frankenstein-ness. But, yeah. So we ran around a bunch. Grumps is at the gym now. I just finished doing some house stuff, like laundry. You probably hear the dryer running. I've not really read much at all this weekend, which is funny because I feel like normally weekends are what'll make most people read the most, and I'm like, don't read a ton on the weekends. But I did buy 4 manhwas today. Listen, in my defense, they were over half off. So they're already upstairs, but I'll put a picture here. I sent a picture to Shay. I got the Abandoned Empress 4 for $6.99. And then I got a bunch of Remarried Empress for $8.99 and $9.99. So yeah, we ended up going to some comic and book shops. I did not film in the comic store. It's so tiny in there. I love our comic shop. It's a great shop, but it's pretty small in there and tight. So I just didn't take any clips. I mostly was hunting for the, what do you call it? Oh my God. The Muppets variants for the Marvel for the 70th, which, because I pre-ordered most of them. There's a handful I have to get still, but yeah, so I was looking for that, didn't see them, no big deal. Did that, and then I just kind of followed Grumps around while he looked at stuff, to be honest with you. And yeah, so I was just like, okay, cool. And then we came home. Well, no, we went and got pasta. We went and got pasta for lunch, and then we came home. I've been folding laundry. I was going to audiobook, but I didn't. I don't know. And I'm like staring down at the stack of manga I have down here, and I'm like, eh. And my Kindle's in a bag to go upstairs because we have sprints tonight. So my big hope for the day is to finish Witch Trapment, which is probably the last thing I'll read, and I think I'll have hit every prompt but one, potentially. No, I think that'll have me hit every prompt on the scavenger hunt, so that'll feel good. But yeah, like usual, I just end up hanging out with Grumps a whole bunch on the weekend, and I don't read a book really. But also we were just gone. Like, we literally were gone yesterday from like 12:30 to 5 or 5:30. Like, we were gone a solid 4+ hours from the house, which for me is a lot. And yeah, but I do have sprints tonight at 7 for the wrap up to Love in the Night, so I'm excited for that. And then I've got to start on a video for Tuesday. So there's that. But yeah, that's what's up right now. I'll be back to talk to y'all in a little bit when I've read some more. I'm going to get used to these nails. I feel like I'm going to cut myself on the corners. They're so sharp, but it'll be fine. They'll dull within the next like 12 hours. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm also just waiting for the dryer to be done so I can fold this last batch of clothes. And then I just have to change the bedding. And I will have done it all today. So that's a win. That is a win. But I will be back to talk to y'all in a bit. I gotta figure out what we're doing for dinner also. I'm here to wrap you up because I finished Witch Trapment by M.L. Bash. This is my last read for Love in the Night. I'm just calling it here because it's 9:47 and I'm going to bed. So I don't think anything else will get read. But Witch Trapment was a fantastic novella. I highly recommend for anyone wanting an MMF witch, vampire, werewolf romance. It does end in a bit of an open ending situation. There's no like HEA. It's kind of a they're happy for now hookup situation. It's hot. Very, very spicy and a very good time. By finishing this, I did hit all of the scavenger hunt prompts, which was my goal this round of Love in the Night personally. I didn't want to worry about the bingo board. I was like, I'm just gonna do scavenger hunt prompts. It'll be easier. So that's what I did. I did the scavenger hunt prompts. I probably could have fit a lot of these in and made the bingo board full, honestly, without really trying too hard. So there's that. I had a blast though. I think Witch Trapment was very, very fun. Overall, I'm really proud of myself. I read 10 things in total for Love in the Night, and that wasn't all novellas, so that's fantastic. A large portion were. So 3 of the 10 things I read were novellas, 2 were manga, and 4 were full-length novels. So there's that. I went ham, as I always do. I will definitely be continuing to read paranormal throughout the month, throughout the year. I love paranormals. I always kind of save them up right when I know Love in the Night's about to happen again. Either way, this was really fun and really enjoyable. I am just so happy with everything I read. I don't know, like, Mate is my favorite probably, but I also really loved the Fated to the Feral Wolf a good bit. I really liked every novella I read, really. I don't really have any complaints about anything I read this round, so that's a win. Let me know in the comments what you read and loved this round so I can add it to my TBR, of course. If you don't want to do that, you can leave me your favorite paranormal being emoji of your choice. If you have no idea on what to do, I guess you could do a ghost. Those are on my nails now. Yeah, you can do that down below. I'll have links to all of my fantastic co-hosts down there for you, links to my friend anywhere on the internet that I am, and I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye!
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know, about to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we wait